Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Ward back again, and today I'm bringing you a different kind of video. Yeah, I'm going to be taking you through my hard mode hits and just a little bit of my thinking behind what I'm doing. And I think that'd be a really interesting video, not only for the fact of hard mode and anybody really interested in that, but also just to give you a little bit of thought process into war attacks even. I mean, it would be normal mode, but same kind of thought process applies. So yeah, let's just jump in right in the first one here. I mean, if you look at our war log, we've been doing very, very well in Worlds here. You see one loss to Team Electros, which is a top 7 ranked team, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, really, really awesome work so far. Only wins so other than that one. And yeah, I'll jump right in, I think, into this Golden X one for you guys, which was an awesome 12-9 win. My base actually held a 1-star. And then yeah, I picked up the 3-star right here on Panda X. And yeah, looking at this base, obviously, I looked through a couple plans. I like to go in with Root Riders, Dragons, or Fireball. Those are my 3 kind of main attacks, which is honestly most of the attacks. So I'd like to say I'm pretty versatile. But yeah, so we're going into this one kind of looking around. Where the spitters are facing is a little tough to get to for an RC charge. In order to get into the kind of these defenses, which are really tight, it's really hard to get in there and set a really nice funnel. Your RC's kind of got to walk along this outside. So a little bit of a tougher one, but this section was really stacked. It'd be really hard to maybe RC charge because of all these gaps where giant bombs could be. I'd be really worried about just, it could be baited, right? So I was thinking about fireballing this Crusher Mortar, and I'd be getting the Monolith, Gear Tower, kind of all these buildings, the Clan Castle, and that'd be really nice. And then I could get my Warden to go through here, or I was thinking maybe to go with Root Riders through here after the Fireball. But my biggest problem was, I'd have to use an Invis on the Wizard Tower and the 2 Bomb Towers, and then there's 2 Builder Huts coming in here. So I'd need to make sure they didn't repair the Clan Castle, but I thought it'd be fine. But then, yeah, there'd be these heroes. So I was thinking about that, and then I decided to go ahead by actually fireballing this Crusher Mortar, or this Gear Tower, sorry. That would let me get the Expo, Archer Tower, Crusher Mortar, Multi-Inferno, and Clan Castle, so I just missed the Monolith. I only had to be careful that this Builder Hut, which is reaching the Clan Castle, doesn't repair it in time. So as soon as I send the Fireball, I'm going in with the Quakes. So you'll see right here, it's just a simple quad invis. We land it right there, and yeah, get the Quakes down in time. Boom, we get the really, really nice Fireball. My plan here was, to get my Warden to go down. I sent this balloon to just test for bombs, but then I realized the Booger might take down the Archer Tower and not pull me. I wanted to see here, I thought my Warden might go to the Archer Tower. He didn't, and then I used 4 balloons really quickly to pull him back down. It wouldn't have been the end of the world if he went up, but definitely harder. And yeah, one thing you got to know with this army is, right now, my Warden's behind the Spitter. He's really got no damage on him, so this is a great time to start the Sui since I have time to focus. My healers scared me there going towards a Headhunter. I did not know what was happening, but yeah, once I noticed, okay, my Warden's safe, my healers are fine. Started a little bit of funnel with the Siege Barracks and Baby Dragon. I got a Skelly spell because that's distracting 4 defenses. That was just lovely, lovely work. Then I went in with King, Queen, and Ice Golem right here. I actually raged up just to get my King and Queen through this quicker. Unfortunately for me, my Queen wasn't in the rage, which would have really helped burst the Minion Prince, but we're still fine. The King ability popped right here on the Expo. And my Warden's still very fine. I got my Druids in because if you wait for the Super Minions to come out of the CC, sometimes they don't get onto your Queen. And then, yeah, right about here, I decided to use my Royal Champion on this flank, mostly on this Multi-Archer Tower, to just help my Queen get through the rest. And yeah, at this point, there wasn't much I could do. Both my abilities were popped over here, so you got to focus back on your Warden. It's the only thing you can affect. I had a Rage spell, so I was deciding what to do with that. I decided to keep freezing those Expos, and then, yeah, I realized once I raged my Warden, we were going to be able to get through this pretty easily. And, yeah, you see right here, him kind of just walking through the rest of the base. And, yeah, we get the Ice Block right here. I thought the Multi-Inferno might be full, on the Royal Champion, on all this stuff. And it was, but then she goes invisible, so then I could target the Headhunter. But yeah, we get in the Rocket Balloons. We get the really nice triple here in hard mode. I think I had 20 seconds remaining, which also is awesome. But, that combined with the 1-star defense really helped my team, get the win on this one. And that was really, really awesome. So I want to take you through another one right here. If we head over to the HTM War, this team is also a top 10 team. And, yeah, we took him down right here. My base defended against Crispy. And, I think I hit Rainberry here. Yep, number 5. And similarly, all right, looks like we're going to have to go into the replay mode to visit it. I'm not sure why it's not letting me scout it. But, yeah, anyway, going into this one, you can see, obviously, I chose to go with Root Riders. But what I decided to do on this one, I kind of was running through a couple plans. One thing I like to do is, so here's the Giga Bomb. Don't like charging into that side, and you usually assume the tornado's opposite it, maybe by, this compartment. So I try not to charge those 2 compartments, but I realized, charging into any of these compartments doesn't really help me much, right? Like if I charge into this compartment, with the X-Bow. I could maybe start roots through the Crusher Mortar, but that's a lot of damage into both spitters, like into the sweeper. Like that'd be a really, really tough entry. You'd be forced to warden early, and then there's just so much base back here. So didn't like that entry. Didn't find a really good fireball because you could fireball the X-Bow and get like the whole compartment, but that doesn't set a funnel on the core. The spitter's not a great fireball. Like I just couldn't really find that. I could get my RC to try and get in the core for a dragon attack. I was thinking about that, but then the sweepers are over here. So that doesn't help if you can't get the sweepers with it. It could be an option, but I let my dragon like main attackers choose their bases already, and they found some other ones. So I was looking at this one. And one thing I like is I do like this log launcher approach with the giant arrow, and I also brought a quake as well to really try and burst through this monolith. But I tried to line up the log launcher over here to go through the monolith and multi and into the clan castle and this kind of behind the spitters and do a lot of damage in there. So I need to figure out how to do that, and the only way is to set up a funnel through one of these compartments. I decided that either if this compartment's baited, I'm cooked with the Giga Bomb. If this compartment's baited, I can still get my value. So I brought 5 invis, which is a little more than I usually do. Yeah, I hit a couple giant bombs right there. Still single cycling, and then I went to double cycling right there. Could have got the X-Bow since I had 2 more invis, but I really didn't think it was valuable since my log launcher is going to get all the way to both of these things on its own. So I sent a couple barbs just to try and funnel and especially tank for the monolith. That skeleton spell tanked the scatter shot and monolith was just absolutely beautiful out of the range of the multi. Giant arrow quake really helped me burst down the mono quickly. And then, yeah, I got all the roots in right here. Sorry, I'm going a little bit too fast through this. But, yeah, all the roots in right here with the Valks. The giant and queen actually turned into, and I was looking really good at this point because I saw the log launcher working its way through the core. I got my king already started on the wide funnel. I didn't funnel this out maybe, which I should have. But I am bringing, sorry about the equipment, the Eternal Tome, Healing Tome. And, you know, my queen, you saw the giant and the action figure and the giant arrow. Usually I'm bringing the spear on the RC. That's what I'm just most comfortable with, but maybe the hog puppet's good. I don't think it's quite as good though, but maybe you find your best luck with it. And then snake and spiky ball and the king. I do like to use witches to support him. Not everybody does, but I do like that. I used the phoenix on this one because he is going to be going into kind of these heavy defenses. He might die early, and the crusher mortar, like I just really want that extra tanking from him. The yetis come out here, and usually my plan was to get the overgrowth on this spitter on the back end because it's going to start shooting my troops. But I thought the yetis might have a chance of taking down that or the multi, so I wanted to see what happened. The ice golem actually popped right here, and I went with the Eternal Tome and the rage. It was my only rage, but it got the healers really to just top everything back up to full. The yetis just got the fire spitter, and that's what I was waiting on before overgrowth because I wanted to see if I got it, and I did. So that was lovely. I got a nice freeze right here onto the crusher mortar, and I used the king ability as well to kill it early. So we got it down. I'm into the minion prince. I thought I was looking good at this point, right? There's only a multi left. I got a decent amount of support, right? Like my queen's full health, my RC's coming in. I got my 2 invis still. She's got spear. So I thought it was looking good. I'll go 2 times through this. I think my mistake right here is popping my spear, right? Like I should have let my RC walk and get aura value through all this while, you know, there was tanking. Plus I had 2 invis, but while there was tanking, and then maybe spear this archer tower multi. I think that's one thing I would change if I could go back and do this again. But anyway, looking back is always nice to kind of help you, know what you could have done differently and whatever. But yeah, in we going right here. My RC dies right there, and this is what clutches it. That wall break was absolutely insane. I don't know if you saw that. That came in and opened that wall for my queen. The sneezy's in here, but with the queen, they just barely get that down in time, and then the giant comes in, saves the day. So we get the triple right there, which is amazing against, HTM Esports. To be honest, actually, HTM Esports and us, Olympus, are the 2 top NA teams right now. So, this was kind of like the battle for North America. We did end up coming up on top this time, but they're a phenomenal team. Yeah, so, they might get us next time. But yeah, we're going to be trying our best, of course. And it was really fun. And I want to take you guys through even one more right here. Our final hit of the day. We won 13-8. This team wasn't that good. But yeah, that happens. A couple 1-stars right here. My base once again holding a 1-star. And then I got another 3-star right here. This base lets me scout it. So looking at this one, there's kind of 4 really tight compartments here, as you can see around this town hall. And I didn't really want to play risky. Like there's these multi-infernos, which is usually my target for dragon attacks. Could have got a really nice fireball on this one. I was looking at that obviously because it's so tight. But my main thing for fireball is in hard mode, it's tough. So unless there's flame flinger value, it can be really, really hard. You could argue, you could get this multi inferno at the bottom, maybe the multi arch if I took down that mortar and got decent flinger value. Maybe I could have gotten to the crusher mortar, but wasn't too confident on that play. But once again, looked like a couple defenses here. The only thing that stops the log launcher really is a hero, and there's not one right here. So I really like that approach. And in order to go in with the log launcher, you want to RC a compartment next to it, either this one or this one. And to be honest, there's only like one giant bomb spot right there. If I can walk along kind of this edge through these walls, there's no giant bomb spots. And over here with the Giga Bomb, probably the tornadoes in this compartment, or they're in the same, but it's all baited up there. So that was perfect. I went in on this one, on the right side of this mortar, so I'd go to the bomb tower, or actually, into the ricochet cannon, and then over. And then, my plan was right after this wizard tower to take the bomb tower and then redirect into the core, but I figured, what's the point of getting the bomb tower, right? Like, let's just redirect right now. I was on a good cycle. My RC came in here, really cleanly took down the Expo. Still saved an invis, which was amazing. And then, I used a quake on this one also because there's a builder hut, which I like to damage up. Used it right there really nicely. I went with the nice golem to try and freeze up the Expo. It didn't work, but the giant got out in front and tanked, which is awesome. And I really like this, right? Like the log launcher is just doing phenomenal. And then you start your roots as well to supplement it, to keep that log launcher and queen especially alive for longer. I tried to get this skeleton spell to tank the crusher mortar and the Malta archer tower. I don't think the crusher mortar got distracted by it, but you know what? It was a good attempt. I get some nice super barbs right here to funnel, and I still lose a couple Valks. You see 3 of them running outside right there. I've been doing that a little bit. Not amazing. Once again, I'm going with Eternal Tome. I've been messing with that a lot recently just because, on these bases, especially like this tight packed base, I could be trying to maybe go for like an overgrowth right here, and using like the healing tome through this, but there's just a good amount of burst damage. The Giga Bomb, minion prints, ricochet cannons, like that's a lot of damage. And I actually didn't even bring an overgrowth on this one because the path thing was really nice with my royal champion here. Log launcher through the core. My troops were just going to wrap around this super nicely. So I didn't even bring an overgrowth. I brought a rage right here, so I went the rage and warden ability. And we're walking around right here. You can see some pretty nice pathing, to be honest. Everything kind of rolling around. I used that invis to take down the scatter. At this point, I wasn't sure how well I was looking, but I thought I was good. My RC still had the Spirit Fox, which is the huge part right here. You'll see a couple cycles getting off, and I still had a free spell, so I figured I might as well use it. But saving that Spirit Fox on the walk is just so important. I swagged the spear on this one. But you really see the value of the Spirit Fox right there. And that's another 3-star. I finished the day 4 for 4 in our last couple wars, and we were ranked in the top 10. I think we still are if I check right here. It takes a second to load, but we're 17-3. We're number 9 in the world right now, which is just, amazing. Really, really good work. And the only 3 losses we have actually are to Team Electros, who's number 2 right there, as I saw in the war log. You didn't see DZ, but that was our first war. We lost that one, and then this team 18, who's in 4th. So 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place are our only loss. We beat number 5 right here, HTM Esports. We beat number 8, Millicene NG, and we're number 9. So having a great world championship so far. And here's my stats poster up on screen. As you can see, I've been doing very, very well this month. I've got a 55% hit rate. I'm very, very proud of that. Over 50%, is just really good in hard mode. I think my goal was to get 40%. I think I finished last month around like a 39, 37, something like that. So my goal was to get over 40%, maybe trying to push to 50. So to be over 50 already is really awesome. I think I've got a lot more in the tank and can maybe push that 60% mark, which would be just incredible. So we've been doing really, really well as a team. I've been happy with my performance as an individual, and I'm really looking forward to stage 2. But first of all, we still got to finish out ladder strong. But I'm really looking forward to stage 2. A little different of a video. I've also got legends coming tomorrow, but I just wanted to get this one out a little bit with hard mode. Talk to you guys about some of my thought process, like how war can, do a similar thing. So I just wanted to get this out for you guys. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and stay tuned for more Legend League. And I'll see you guys.